Many Lumix cameras are capable of outputting their image over the HDMI port, known as HDMI out. There's a variety of reasons you might want to do this, such as on-set monitoring, recording over the HDMI port, or even using your Lumix camera as a webcam. Let's take a look at how to set this up, starting with getting a clean HDMI out. First, I'm going to show you what that means and then how to activate that on various cameras. You'll notice on the back of this S5 that there is a variety of information being displayed on the back of the LCD. Over here, I have a Ninja monitor connected over the HDMI output, and you'll see a lot of that same information on this display. If you're using this feature to monitor the camera on set, then you probably want that information on there. That'll tell you information about the exposure, how much time is left in recording, and so on. However, if you're recording that output, or if you're using it as a webcam, you absolutely want to hide that. Here's what that looks like. I'll come back to exactly how to set this up on various cameras, but first I'm just going to go ahead and turn it off here. And now you see that we have a clean output on the HDMI out while we still have all the info displayed on the back of the camera. Now let's take a look at how to turn this on or off on various cameras, starting with the consumer level camera, the GX85. On the GX85, under the Gear menu, known as the Custom menu, you'll find an option called TV Connection. Under TV Connection, you're looking for the option called HDMI Info Display, and you want to turn that off. That's going to hide that information display on the HDMI out. Now let's see how to set it up on other cameras. This is the S5, and on this camera, you'll find it under the Custom menu, then the In and Out menu, and then HDMI Record Output. On some cameras, you may find this under the Video menu. Now, if you ever want to set this up so that you can easily find that menu no matter which camera you're using, I advise using the My Menu setup. Let me show you how to do that. At the bottom of this menu system, you'll find a menu called My Menu. And from here, you can choose to set up your own custom menu displays. All you have to do is navigate to the Add button, select that, and then select the menu that you want to add to it. In this case, I've already added the HDMI Record Output to page 1. That'll allow you to find this very quickly at any time. We've already gone through the info display. The next option on this camera is the HDMI recording control, but you'll see that I can't actually choose this yet. What this command does is it allows me to trigger recording on an external recorder like this Ninja 5 here by pressing the record start-stop button on the camera itself. However, for this to work, we first have to enable timecode output over HDMI. So let me show you how to do that. I'll back up here to the video menu, and then under the image format menu, scroll down to timecode. From here, I need to enable HDMI timecode output. Once I turn that on, I'll be able to return to this menu and now enable HDMI recording control. Again, this will allow me to start and stop recording on an external recorder by pressing the shutter button or the red record button on the camera itself. The next option is listed as 4K 60-bit mode. From this mode, I can choose between 420 8-bit or 422 10-bit. This is specifically and uniquely for 4K 60 output. This is telling the camera what you want to output over HDMI, 420 8-bit or 422 10-bit. For most uses, you're going to want to use 422 10-bit. However, once you enable that, notice that you get a dialog telling you that you cannot record internally while you're shooting in this mode. This is a limitation only while shooting in 4K 60 and only on some cameras. Select models such as the S1H will allow you to record internally in 4K 60 while simultaneously outputting 4K 60 422 10-bit. The next option is sound output over HDMI. Do you want the sound from your camera being output over HDMI? This would mean that the recorder would be picking up the audio that is potentially just from the internal mics, which you may not want if you're bringing in audio into the recorder from an external device. The next feature I want to show you has to do with manual focus. Notice that if I manually focus this camera, I get a punch-in on the LCD so that I can focus accurately. However, that same punch-in is happening over here on the output. This is definitely something you're going to want to turn off if you're using the HDMI out to record. Otherwise, you're going to get that punch-in on the recording. So to turn that off, go into the Custom menu, then towards the top where it says AF or Focus Shutter menu, on page 1, go to MF Assist, that's for Manual Focus Assist, and set the focus ring to off. Now when I adjust the focus ring on my camera, I no longer have the punch-in on the LCD output. And that is what you need to know to set up HDMI output on your Lumix camera.
Panasonic.